So we're in Psalm 62 this morning or today, whatever time of day it is for you. And I think we're going to finish up Psalm 62. David has been facing enemies and finding his refuge in God. And teaching us now, verses 8 and forward, he's teaching us that God is the only one worthy of our trust, and that he rewards us, that it's not our physical material wealth that really is our reward. So in verse 9, he's telling us not to be impressed with impressive people, and certainly not to trust them or to become like them in that respect. Verse 10, he's telling us not to trust in dishonest living, not to resort to oppression or thievery, and certainly not to set our heart upon material things. I wish I could spend a lot more time there. Colossians says, set your affection on things above. One of our biggest problems as Christians is misappropriated affections. It's not that we don't love God. It's that we love other things more than him. And it's not that things are inherently sinful or bad or wicked. It's that they are inappropriately ordered in our lives. Disproportionate affection, disordered affection. So all the gifts of God are good in their rightful place. Money, blessings, material things, physical provisions, even our homes and cars and things that we enjoy, vacations, time, extra time, family time, pleasures, delights, things that are not destructive, things that are not sinful, inherently sinful. God gives us these things richly to enjoy. He is a celebratory God. He's a jubilant God. He's a joyful God. He's a fun God. He created these things. He created a world for his pleasure. He created you for his pleasure. And you are an image bearer, which means your pleasure is a reflection of his. The way you enjoy things, the way you savor and cherish things that he's created. Enjoyment brings glory to God. What doesn't bring glory to God is disordered affection, inappropriate affection, when we have elevated things, where we have done what David is saying in verse 10, set our heart on material things, money, physical resources, earthly treasures, earthly relationships, dating, our earthly dreams, our earthly pursuits. All of these things can own our hearts. Our hearts can be set upon them. And God will break us of that in love. Why? Because those things will only destroy us. Those things, that affection, loving something that much, is a recipe for being broken. Why? Because everything but God is changeable and losable. Everything. Human relationships, human friendships, achievements, accomplishments, money, prosperity, wealth, power, prominence, position, all kinds of accomplishment, fame, you name it. Everything that we can run at and love supremely in this world that's less than God is, when we elevate it to that level, it becomes a crushing Lord that drives us incessantly, doesn't really satisfy us, and then eventually it goes away. It drops us on our head. We won't be able to sustain it. It falls apart. We age out of it. I mean, there's lots of ways that the things we set our hearts on end up falling apart. We lose them in the end, okay? There's only one Lord that will love you when you fail, never leave you for the duration of your life and eternity, and that when you succeed, all that success is simply a gift from him. So he's the one Lord who loves you purely and that will never crush you and never fail you, and that's Jesus. And so when David says, don't set your heart upon material things, he has learned that material things are thin ice, but God is the true refuge. Jesus is the true source of identity and stability and fulfillment and Zoe life and all that our hearts really crave. And so when we build our identity most in him, when we set our heart upon him, our core affections most strongly are ordered under him, and he is our highest affection. Revelation, our first love. And everything falls under that. Then we see everything as a gift, everything ordered in its right way, a reflection of his goodness. We can derive pleasure from it. We can use it for its intended purpose. We can see it as the stewardship that it is. All of our human relationships are stewardships in which we're to invest and give and expend our lives. But as we begin to lose these things in life, our highest affection holds our heart secure. It's not to say we don't grieve or sorrow or feel the impact of the loss. We certainly do. We simply just don't fall apart because of it. Because our hearts are set upon the Lord, and he will never leave us, never forsake us, never fail us. Well, I think that's enough. I mean, we're 8 minutes in. I thought we would finish Psalm 62 today, but I think I just want to let that rest in your heart and mind today. Let's meditate on these things. And we will pick it up in verse 11 and 12. We have 2 more verses in the Psalm. Today, though, think about the command to set your affection. What is the command? To set your heart. It's to properly order the things you love under the giver of those things, your supreme love, Jesus. So go love him today and enjoy all the things he's blessed you with. Happy Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow.